Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you watching the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Well, got a great show, as always, for you today, so let's just jump right in. Our first guest today is Russ Shedd. He's the chair of the Prescott Center for the Arts Scholarship Committee and a member of the PCA Board of Directors. PCA's annual, this is the 35th annual scholarship competition, is now open for registration. The competition is open to all students in Yavapai County between the ages of 10 to 18. Competition categories include drama, musical theater, voice, piano, strings, winds, brass, and percussion. All the good stuff. Russ is in the studio today to tell us all about this exciting opportunity for our local children. Our next guest will be Kim McMaster, who is an acupuncturist and owner of Empty Cup Acupuncture. I'm sure you've all heard about acupuncture, and some of you may have even experienced it. But do you really know how it works? Well, Kim will be in the studio to walk us through this over 2,000-year-old healing modality. And then we'll be joined by Barbie Hart from Verde River Valley Nature Organization to talk about the upcoming Birding and Nature Festival. That's right, it's Birdie the Verde time. VRVNO provides nature-based recreation, education, and tourism opportunities towards stewardship of the Verde River Valley. Each year, VRVNO hosts the Verde Valley Birding and Nature Festival. This year's focus is on migration. Now, each year, migration magic leaves us marveling in the stamina and pathfinding ability and tenacity of our favorite feathered friends. Barbie is happy to share all the details about this year's festival with us in just a few. And Mark Jacobson, the tournament director for the 8th annual Benevet Bowling Fun Fest, will be with us. This crazy, fun, non-serious event is held annually at Cliff Castle Casino's Shake, Rattle, and Bowl. It's a benefit for our veterans here in northern Arizona. It's happening on January 28th and 29th. Mike will tell us why this highly enjoyable event is a great way to give back to our veterans who have already given so much for us. And next, we'll go on location with Jeff Johnson at Zoomer's Bike and Gear in Cottonwood. Now, if you're new to biking or you haven't maybe ridden in a while, there are a few things you'll want to check before wheeling away. Jeff covers all those and so much more during his informative segment designed to get you rolling. And playing live on our show today is Larry and Leslie Latour. Now, they're going to treat us to a sneak peek of some of their original music, which is on their brand new, not even yet released CD, right here on the Verde Valley Experience. You get to hear it first. They're two of the nicest folks in the industry playing their own style of very heartfelt original music right here. So stick around. Let's go ahead and get started with the lovely and talented Mr. Russ Shedd. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
What an amazing thing you're doing for our local youth ages 10 to 18 with this scholarship competition in these arts, the fine arts of life that you're keeping alive.
Yes, we've had this going now for 35 years, as you said. We also have an art competition, which I don't think you mentioned.
Oh, I did not.
And in fact, a lot of the students from Mingus High School come and participate in that competition. And in truth, they bring home most of the prize money.
Oh,
so,
all right.
It's a good relationship we have with them, and I hope, especially if they can see this program today, that more of the musical students, the drama, musical theater, instrumental type students will also come and participate, because we offer something like $16,000 worth of prize money every year. And as I said, when it comes to art, Mingus has a tendency to bring a lot of it home. So
wow, go Mingus.
I'm sure there's more people over here that are talented enough to bring it home. So I hope some more will join us.
I bet. Now, 35th annual, that's a long time to be giving away money.
Yes, it's grown over the years, obviously. The first year, it was formed by a lady named Joanne Ramsey, who's a well-known lady and was a well-known lady in Prescott. She's passed away now, but she started the whole thing. She's been a director and a music director as well, and so she put this together, and it has just done nothing but grow ever since.
That's amazing. And great categories. I mean, you're encouraging children to keep up with these wonderful art programs.
Well, obviously, Prescott Center for the Arts is focused on producing plays and musicals and doing concerts, and we have a couple of venues that we do that in. We even use, in the summertime, we have a teen program that uses mostly students from around the area as the actors and performers. So that lasts all summer long as a camp, runs again for students all the way from, I don't recall the numbers, 8, 9 years old all the way up to 18. And they have the opportunity to put on their own show. They've done West Side Story recently. They did Little Shop of Horrors recently.
Ooh, good
And
productions.
So, yeah, and now we're doing some other shows. We also use the students in a lot of the shows that we put on our main stage and in our Black Box Theater as well. So just because we have the competition, we know who the students are with all the talent, and we can call on them to do regular main stage programs.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, the Prescott Center for the Arts has a lot going on year-round. I mean, right now we're focusing on the scholarship competition that is available, but it's a year-round operation for you guys.
Oh, yes. We have a main season that runs from September through June. We have a summer repertory season that we just started recently. This summer, I think we're doing Bus Stop and Picnic and one other show I can't recall. Later on this year, we're doing, right now we're doing Charlie's Aunt. If we don't get snowed out this weekend.
Yeah.
We're doing Calendar Girls in February, and if you haven't seen that one, that's an interesting story.
That's a very good story.
And then How to Succeed in Business will be the musical, and finally Noise is Off in June.
Fantastic. Which is an amazing production.
Yeah, that's
Noise is Off.
Comedy and choreography masterpiece, really.
Certainly.
It
wow,
is.
big stuff happening there.
And then the teen program during the summer, and then we'll start all over again with next season.
Wow. That is truly something.
We also have other people come in from time to time as part of what we call PCA Presents, which it gives us an opportunity to have outside talent come in.
Wow.
And then the big thing coming up this year in March is our gala fundraiser. We rely on grants and donations as well as ticket sales, and the fundraiser is going to be quite a deal this year, I think.
Well, that's wonderful, and that's happening in March.
March, yes, March 16th.
Very good.
We have a Las Vegas entertainer coming in who's an outstanding pianist who's self-taught and performs on cruises. He does a regular show in Las Vegas.
Wow.
And then also does shows across the country and around the world. So
Oh my gosh.
he's an excellent pianist and a fun show. So.
There you go. And you can find more information about that fundraiser on the website, the pca-az.net. You go there, list of everything. I saw the ad for Calendar Girls about what's happening there. Of course, if you need scholarship information, that's where you need to go, because right now is when the registration is up and going for the competitions that are going to be happening very soon.
Yeah. Go to our homepage at www.pca-az.net. There's a little link on the bottom. Takes you right to the scholarship page. You can look at the rules. You can look at and there is an online registration form that needs to be filled out. And then you go to individual categories and decide on which ones you want to enter, and download those rules and entry forms. And as long as we get all the entries in by the 21st of February, well, we'll be in good shape.
Wow.
The art competition registration is March 27th and 28th. That's a little bit different.
Okay.
We asked the teachers to bring the art because when we get all the art in the gallery ready to judge, you can barely move around in there. So if we had just the students bringing it, it would be chaos.
Yes.
But with the teachers bringing it all in, and they bring their students to help set it up, and anybody that enters the competition gets something displayed in the exhibit for the rest of that month, April.
Oh, very nice.
We obviously display the winners, but everybody that enters has something, at least one or two pieces hanging. So.
Well, that's quite an honor to be
It is.
displayed.
I think the students really enjoy it. We have award ceremonies for art, and then we have another one for the music and drama people later on in May. Most of the competitions are in April, before and after spring break, so we don't try and interfere with spring break. And we're looking forward to getting as many people to enter as we can.
Wonderful. And you can enter into multiple areas.
You can enter into multiple categories. The online form lets you enter into 4. Never had anybody do that yet, but 3 is not uncommon. And we schedule the competition so that if you do enter more than one, there won't be any interference in terms of being able to compete in both.
Very good. Very good. Now, you need to be between the ages of 10 and 18, correct?
Right. For all the music, instrumental 10 to 18, we also do it in divisions so that the 10-year-olds aren't competing with the 18-year-olds, which is probably a good idea.
Smart.
Right. And the voice drama are, I think, 12 and 13 years old is the lowest, because that's not usually taught much until they get to that age.
Right.
But yes, it's open. It's open to anybody in Yavapai County, which gives us a tiny problem with Sedona, because they have people both in the high school from both Coconino and Yavapai County. And while we welcome the Yavapai County students, we had to limit it somehow.
Wow, I hear
And I guess the other thing I want to mention is the age limit is based on what your age is on January 1st.
Okay.
So that there's no confusion about that.
So if you are currently between the ages of 10 and 18, as of this very moment, you are eligible to compete for a scholarship. That is fantastic.
That's correct.
PCA-AZ.net. PCA-AZ.net. All the information you need. Download your forms. Get yourself registered for up to 4 of these amazing competitions. You never know.
I'd like to see someone in 4.
There you
that
go.
would be fun.
Russ Shedd, thank you so much for being here today.
It's been a pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be right back with more of The Experience, so don't go away.
Hey there, I'm Kyle Benedict, news editor with Yavapai Broadcasting. Join news director Paul David and I twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV for Countywide. We sit down and talk with everyone, from local police and fire agencies to nonprofit organizations, the National Force, and so much more. For times and listings, go to verdevalleytv.com. Again, it's Countywide, twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV. See you then.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now here with Kim McMaster, who is an acupuncturist and the owner of Empty Cup Acupuncture in Camp Verde. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Sure. Acupuncture, I've been a patient of it for years and years and years. It's near and dear to my heart. I absolutely love it. But a lot of folks may be new to it, maybe haven't tried it, maybe have some myths out there. There's usually a lot of myths floating around, but really tell us a little bit about acupuncture.
Well, acupuncture is part of traditional Chinese medicine. It's one of the modalities that we use when we study traditional Chinese medicine. And there are 14 pathways that run through the body, and we use needles in certain areas to help stimulate the body to heal, but also to release endorphins that help people have a nice relaxed sort of feeling. Many times people will fall asleep on the table, and also as a stress reliever, and oftentimes we treat pain as well.
Certainly, it's excellent for treating pain.
Absolutely.
It really is. And people think, well, needles, but it's not like that.
No, and we try very hard to use the least amount of needles, and there are other ways to do it too. We can also do acupressure too, and then also we make use of other modalities like cupping or gua sha, and sometimes if a person is open to using herbal remedies to work with a certain situation, they can make use of those as well.
Sure. There's a lot of different ways you guys can help people heal in the traditional Chinese way.
Absolutely.
I mean, they say that acupuncture is it's a huge leap, but between 2,000 and 4,000 years old.
Absolutely.
So it's been around for a long time. It works.
Yes.
And when you add things like cupping, now cupping is so interesting. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow made cupping famous.
Yes.
She had those pictures taken at the Oscars or whatever it was, with those big marks on her back. Explain cupping to us.
Cupping, we make use of either glass or plastic cups. Sometimes we might use a flame in order to create that suction that happens when the cup is placed onto the skin. We use cupping either stationary, where it just kind of stays there, or sometimes we would do sliding cupping. And essentially we're trying to create better blood flow in those areas that we're working on, and that's the purpose of cupping. And gua sha is kind of similar, where we use a little triangular, it can be jade or some other piece of like a bone that's nice and smooth. And we also work with muscle and fascia with the use of a gua sha tool. And it's very similar to cupping.
Wow.
So
yeah, getting the circulation going into certain
absolutely
areas is key as far when you have inflammation, when you have blockages. I mean, acupuncture also releases a lot of energy.
It does. It just gets things moving, because sometimes things will get blocked up. We live very high stress lives. We're very busy. We're always doing so many things. And sometimes we just need to slow down and take care of ourselves. And that's one way that people have found a real help and relief whether it's chronic pain. I work with veterans through the VA that come and see me for various chronic conditions. And some people come just for stress relief, or they want to boost their immune system and to make it through the cold and flu season without having to be on a bunch of antibiotics.
Yep, that's true. Last time I went in and said, my teacup is empty, help me. And he laughed. And because, my immune system was just hit. And I said, oh my gosh, help me out here.
Yes.
So that was fabulous. And I've been for chronic things, and I've been for auto accidents. I've used it for lots of things where, other things would just mask it, cover it up, pain meds, things like that.
Yes.
And the stress relief is awesome. The high you get after acupuncture has always been one of my favorite things. You're just like, everything's wonderful for so many days. So, it works.
Yes.
It really does work.
And I've had so many patients who are so surprised with things that happen to them even after treatment that they weren't even expecting. I mean, their focus may have been this issue, but maybe they were also having digestive issues, and all of a sudden they're not really having those issues too. And so they're like, wow, that was really great. I don't even know how you did that, but that was really awesome.
Absolutely. The whole system, you move one thing around, everything's affected.
Yeah.
Now, how does one become an acupuncturist? What do you have to do as far as schooling and training?
Well, typically it's between 3,000 and 3,500 hours worth of training, and it's all master level training. And then, so it takes between 3 and 4 years. It depends on whether or not you include herbs as part of your study, or if you just focus on the acupuncture. But traditional Chinese medicine, as well as pharmacology, Western pathophysiology, and lots of anatomy and physiology. So we have to really understand how some of Western medicine functions in order for us to be able to explain what we do if we work with a person's doctor, if they want to be understanding what's going on with their line of treatment. Once we finish school, we have national board exams that we have to take. And that way it protects the public and makes sure that the person that they are seeing is someone who has a level of knowledge and ensures their safety when they're receiving acupuncture. Not all states in the United States have licensure for acupuncturists. Most of them do, and some are in that process. But having that national board to help keep the public protected and make sure that who they're seeing is someone that's highly trained.
Sure, it's not something you can get out of a cereal box. You kind of know where you're sticking those little tiny whisker-like needles that most of the time you don't even feel. They're just amazing. Now, one of the things that you guys offer there at Empty Cup Acupuncture is free consultations.
We do. We offer a 15-minute. You can either call in and talk about your case, or you can make an appointment to come in and see me, and we can sit down and talk about the things that you want to work on or what you feel is important for you to resolve. Some people will continue with treatment for a while. Sometimes people have an acute issue, whether it's a cold or a flu, and they just need to come in a couple of times and maybe take a herbal formula with them and get it knocked out pretty quick. So yeah.
Now the herbs have always fascinated me, the odd names and the creepy things in the jars. I just love that. The wall of herbs is just so much fun. What do you see? What are you using a lot of right now?
I use formulas, often right now is pretty much your colds and flus type stuff. Sometimes it's for people with stress, or we also have an herbal line that works on chronic and acute issues, whether it's arm and shoulder pain, whether it's low back pain, upper back pain, because we have herbs that actually, from our perspective, give direction to where you want to focus your treatment.
Really? Herbs for lower back pain?
Yes.
That's incredible, making the energy go to the lower back.
Yeah.
They know the Chinese had this figured out like 4,000 years ago. I think they know what they're doing. Now the website is super easy, emptycupacupuncture.com. Of course, you can go there. There's lots of information for you there. You can always give them a call for a free consultation, which is a really great service. I have this. Will this help? What are you going to do to me? That kind of thing. Having the knowledge before you go in is always super helpful in alleviating any anxiety they might have if they're a first timer.
Absolutely. And most of us acupuncturists will always try to work with our patients and make sure that we come, work with them and be very slow and gentle and, just so it's a very good experience, because we know that there are a lot of people out there that are afraid of needles. And so, Yeah.
Yeah, but you're lovely over there. So thank you guys very much for what you're doing. Thank you for being on the show. Kim McMaster, acupuncturist and owner of Empty Cup Acupuncture over there in Camp Verde. Don't go away because we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Jen Cohen. Join me now through Valentine's Day for our Shop Local First Showcase, presented by Local First Arizona and Verde Valley TV. On this program, we'll showcase various local businesses that can help you with your Valentine's Day planning and gift buying. And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now here with Barbie Hart, who is the coordinator of the Verde River Valley Nature Organization's Birding and Nature Festival, which is coming up very soon. One of the most awesome things in the Verde Valley. It's great.
Thank you. You got that perfectly right.
I really worked hard. That was a tongue twister there for sure. Birdie the Verde time.
Birdie the Verde.
Birdie in the Verde is so awesome. We have the most amazing birds here. Every day I see them. It's just great.
Yes, well, we have such a diversity of habitats, and that's what prompted us to start the festival back 17 years ago now.
Wow.
Been doing it for 17 years. February 1st is the registration kickoff, and it fills up very, very
Very fast. Register immediately. birdieverde.org.
Right, and if you become a member of VRVNO, which is the Verde River Valley Nature Organization, then you actually get early bird registration, which means you get in there a couple of days before that.
Right, which is important because you want to register for the different speakers and the different activities, and they sell out.
Yeah, they
really
do.
Fast.
They sell out very fast.
It's challenging to get in there.
And yet we're still, we offer about, counting the workshops, 80 different events that you can get into during the 4 days of the event. And it's from April 27th to the 30th. It's always the last full weekend in April.
Right, yes, but registration opens February 1st.
February 1st.
February 1st, so check that out. birdieverde.org.
Though, you know, the most popular ones, of course, fill up the first, but they're not that they aren't all good, because they are all good. We have great guides, and they take you to great habitats. And so, you know, there might be some that's really, really special that you need to get in there early, but don't hesitate to check back a couple weeks later, because there's, and if everything fills up, we'll go out and find some more people and more guides and actually plan some more trips and add trips if we find that there's a need for that.
Oh my gosh. Now, how many people do you think come through every year?
Around 400. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but they're here for 4 days. A lot of them stay in hotels.
Come specifically for this
They
event?
come here. They come from all over. We have one young lady who's come for the last 8 years from New York State. So, I mean, they come from all over.
Yeah.
So, and they've learned right away to get their registration in as soon as they can.
What are some of the special events you've got going during this year's festival?
Oh, well, we're still doing our favorite, which is the canoe. Yes. Everyone loves to go in the canoe.
Yes.
And they have a homemade, with homegrown ingredients, pizza at the end. And we treat them, we call it the Cadillac canoe because it's like, you know, riding in a Cadillac. You get to sit there and bird and let somebody else do the paddling for you. Nice. And so it's a lot of fun. And we could only get 10 people at a time into that. So that's why year after year people come try to get into that one. And of course some of our guides that are so popular, Dina Greenwood, who is also the manager of Jay's Bird Barn. She is an excellent birder, and all her trips fill up really fast. Another one is Homer Hansen, who comes up from the southern part of the of Arizona. He has involved in birding festivals down there, and he comes up here. Another one, we have a guide who comes in from California. I've met him on a trip there, and he's been coming ever since. He loves to come to our event. And so it's really nice when the guides actually come to you and say, we want to guide for you. And these are people who normally would get paid a lot of money. If you would go on one of their private birding trips, it would cost you anywhere from $200 to $300 to go on a one-day trip. Our one-day trips cost $45, $55, depending upon where they're going. Wow. So it's a real bargain.
Yeah, very reasonable.
Yeah.
And it supports the Verde River Valley Nature Organization.
Absolutely. absolutely. Which is, you know, what we try to do is give back to the community in our natural areas. And one of the reasons for the festival is to make people aware that we've got these wonderful natural resources right here in our Verde Valley. So it's exciting.
Yeah, we are very, very lucky to have one of the best riparian areas in the nation, for sure. This is just the best.
And some of the best volunteers, and we're always looking for volunteers. And a sneaky way to get on those trips that you can't get into is to volunteer to become a driver for one of our vans.
Oh, how about that?
And then they get to go on the trips. So I have people knocking on my door a lot of times. And you can get a hold of me by birdiverde at gmail.com. And that's BIRDYVERDE. Same as our website, which is birdiverde.org.
There you go, insider information for you. Get a hold of Barbie. You can be on the trip. You just go drive the van. That's no big deal. In fact, that sounds like fun. That's like an extra added bonus for me because I love to drive.
And vans are something else from the community we always need. If we could offer more trips, if we had more vans.
Ah, more vans.
Yeah, because we like to treat our people well.
Well, there you go. If you want to loan your van, get a hold of Barbie.
In parking lots, I go knocking on people's doors, and they say, "Oh, what?
Oh, how cute!"
Yeah,
you're very dedicated.
We've actually done that. Oh, what are you doing on April 27th?
Oh my gosh! Now I wish I had a van because I would be right there.
One of our volunteers actually bought a van for his family, thinking in the back of his mind that he'll loan it to the birding festival. So
that's fantastic.
I told you we live in a great community.
Yes, we really do. And how long have you been involved now, Barbie?
I started it.
Wow.
So yeah, I was working for Arizona State Parks at the time. So now I'm retired, but I'm still doing the birding festival because of the people.
Right.
Yeah. Because of the people.
Absolutely, I can tell. Which part of the festival are you most excited about this year?
We've got a great keynote speaker coming.
Yeah.
His name is Noah Stryker, and this young man has birded all over the world. He's very excited, and I don't know if you've ever heard of the Big Year, which is the annual contest where they made a movie about it.
Yes, they did. It was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. And actually, we had one year we had our keynote speaker was the man who that movie was about, the real man who Jack Black's character was.
Really?
And he came one year.
Oh my
well,
gosh.
this young man, Noah Stryker, has done the world Big Year.
Whoa.
So he had seen birds, and he was the winner. So he saw more birds than anybody else in the world in 1 year. And he's going to be our keynote speaker. So he should be really interesting.
That's fantastic.
And he's also going to guide one of our trips, which is a really special one.
Oh my gosh.
It's our keynote field trip.
Wow. Did I mention that you can register February 1st? At what time?
If not, you should have.
Is it like 1:01 a.m. the registration opens?
That's a good question.
That's going to fill up
I
really
would start
fast.
trying at about 6 a.m.
6 a.m. Okay,
Yeah,
wait till
birders
6
are early
a.m.
people.
That's true. That's late for a birder. The early birds, you know, they say. Truly, birdiverde.org. Check it out. Lots of great information for you there. Everything you need to know. Register online. The list of everything that's going on. Lots of information, and of course the Verde River Nature Valley.
Verde River Valley.
Almost had it. Verde River Valley Nature Organization has lots of great information for you too there. So make sure you check out Birdie the Verde this year.
Yes, Bird the
I'm
Verde.
saying that. I want a
Come
bumper
Bird the
sticker that says Birdie the Verde.
We'll have to get you that.
You will. Barbie, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Barbie
having
Hart, the coordinator of the Birding and Nature Festival that's coming up in April. Check it out. February 1st, registration's open. And we'll be right back, so don't go away.
Hey there, I'm Kyle Benedict, news editor with Yavapai Broadcasting. Join news director Paul David and I twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV for County-wide. We sit down and talk with everyone from local police and fire agencies to nonprofit organizations, the National Forest, and so much more. For times and listings, go to verdevalleytv.com. Again, it's county-wide, twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV. See you then.
and welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now here with Mike Jacobson, who is the tournament director for the 8th annual Benevet Bowling Fun Fest that is coming up January 28th and 29th.
That's correct.
And you're like a one-man marching band.
No, Nikki Miller has a lot to do with all of this success, but
Two-man marching band.
Yeah, pretty much a two-person show.
Which is amazing for what you are doing with two people. The money that you're raising every year consistently to benefit the veterans in Northern Arizona is amazing.
Well, thank you very much. It's always nice to be able to help the guys that, I've been in the trenches. I'm an infantry guy, so
Yeah.
I got my Purple Heart and I was decorated and went through an IED problem, so I realized what they need over there and going in their clinics, and they didn't have it, so we started this to get guys back out of wheelchairs and on their feet.
Yeah, and you've been doing that.
We have actually done that, where people that come in and rehab on the machines we get actually are out of wheelchairs leading productive lives now. So never would have had that equipment without it. So anybody can make a difference out there. You just got to pull your big boy pants up and get out there and try to make a difference.
Absolutely, and good for you for taking your firsthand experiencing and channeling that into a way to help the community and really being incredibly successful at it.
And it's also helping our veterans and people that have given the most and sacrificed the most.
Right, it's definitely someone we need to give back to, our veterans who have given us so much. I mean, without them, where would we be? So.
And Cliff Castle Casino's been great. They give us the whole bowling alley, the 28th and 29th.
Wonderful.
The last weekend of this month. And you can go to www.benevet.azmind.com and you can find out about what we're getting for them, another new step machine, Neuropsych Online, and then we've got some other requests, but those are the main things. And after 8 years, they've worn out some of the equipment that we've got them originally, so we're just kind of keeping a revolving door of kind of positive things going on down there so that they can help the veterans. That's what it's all about.
Sure. And tell us a little bit about the Bowling Fun Fest. It's a two-day event.
It's a two-day event.
At Shake, Rattle, and Bowl at Cliff Castle Casino. Great place. Wonderful bowling alley.
We have wonderful raffles. Grand Hotel, the Asylum, Grand Canyon Railroad, Verde Canyon Railroad, hotel packages with dinners and all kinds of stuff. The community has been very gracious to donate those things, and then we put them in our raffles. And even if you're not a bowler, you can come down and buy some raffle tickets. And I think we've got 5 quilts that have come out of the VA. The Occupational Therapy PTSD Clinic makes those items and donates them for the raffles too, because we help buy them things. So it's kind of a nice revolving 360 kind of appreciation that goes all the way through.
Absolutely.
We have wheelchair veterans. We give them lanes to bowl on, and we bring them over, and we try to touch everybody.
Yeah.
This is one of our shirts for our early bird T-shirts, and anybody who gets in early gets a T-shirt with their bowling. So
very good. Can they register online?
Yes, they can. They can get their entry forms online and mail them. Right now, we only have room on Sunday for our events.
Filled up on Saturday.
Booked up on
Congratulations.
Saturday. So that's always nice to have that booked up early, and now people that want to, if they show up on the day of the event and we've got extra lanes available, then we'll be happy to sign them up and put them right there on the
Absolutely. Very, very
spot.
Reasonable, too. It's like $20 a player.
And that's it. And
That's
they
it.
get all their bowling, and, if they got in early, they'd get a shirt with that bowling. And
Wow. The T-shirt's worth $20.
yeah, and then
Right there.
we got all our sponsors back there.
Yes, you do.
And they've been so gracious as to donate $100 to be on the T-shirt. And
Wonderful.
the sponsors get on the monitors that rotates all of these people, rotate all day long and all night long on the monitors for a month at Cliff Castle. So they give us a lot of play, as you do.
Sure.
and we really appreciate it.
Oh, well, we appreciate what you're doing. It's amazing. Now, don't be scared about this. It's not like a bowling competition. You don't have to be a very good bowler. Anyone of any skill can join in. This is fun. This is a benefit for the veterans, and it happens to include bowling. You do not have to be a bowler. You do not have to be an excellent bowler.
We have no-tap games for families. We have games that have cosmic bowling in it.
Yes.
Baker's double, Scotch double. They're all crazy events. You throw the first ball. If we were partners, I'd throw the second ball. The Scotch doubles, you'd throw the first frame, I'd throw the second. And so
Right.
it's just made to banter around so people can have fun. And, you know, you always throw the first ball and you leave somebody a split. You know, they always start, well, I'll see what I can do for you next frame. And, you know, and so it just kind of turns into everybody having fun, and it's not
Absolutely.
serious. We bring the veterans out on the lane each event, and we always make something, whether it's a keychain or something with Benevet on it. Basically, this is kind of a dog tag logo, so we do this, and we just like to make it a family-oriented so that we're all in one veteran community, and it doesn't matter whether you're a veteran or not, as long as you appreciate their sacrifices and would like to contribute.
Absolutely.
Come play the raffles, even if you don't bowl.
Absolutely.
Have fun.
Even though Saturday is full, they could come. And
Yeah,
get
they
some
got a
raffle
bar.
tickets,
They got Johnny Rockets.
watch
They got
people,
all
have
kinds
lunch.
of stuff.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Enjoy themselves.
have fun.
Now, if you are involved in it, how does that work? How many games does the $20 get you? What is your bowling day going to look like?
You're going to bowl 3 games.
3 games.
That's
That's a good amount of bowling.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we try to make it so that if you want to get in the early events, 10:30, or the ones more at 1:30, or then the singles event on Sunday is the last event of. That's when we give out the grand prizes of the big raffles items. You can buy $20 worth of raffle tickets. You get 26. You get a gold ticket that you can put in any of the large hotel packages, golf packages, like the Suns tickets and a hotel package and dinner down in Phoenix. And, you know, there's just some big prizes that are worth that
Oh my gosh, yeah.
10 times over. So,
You have something like $16,000 worth of raffle
oh
prizes.
yeah, it's unbelievable
yeah.
what the community gives us.
That's $16,000 worth of raffle prizes.
It's unbelievable.
What are you doing on Saturday and Sunday? Come on.
Yeah.
The 28th and the 29th. And check it out, of course, if you go to Benevet, Benevet, .azmine.com. Of course, you're going to see that, and you can register, and you can get all the information about which games are going on. And of course, if we just want to donate or help out in any way, if we go to the website, is there a way for us to do that?
My on the website, you'll see my address, because the way we work all of our money is everything goes through the American Legion. So if you want to make a donation, just make it out to American Legion Post 93, put Benevet on the bottom of it, mail it to my address, and that way I keep track of what's there. We take it to the American Legion, they put it in their account. When I buy equipment for the VA, I don't go through the government. I buy it myself,
Right.
and then I take my receipt to the American Legion and they reimburse me. So that way it's 100% benefit. I don't charge for gas. We don't charge for anything.
Nothing. 100%.
Every cent goes to the veterans.
That's amazing, Mike. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you
We
very
really,
much.
really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Check
having me.
out, oh, sure, the Benevet Bowling Fun Fest happening January 28th and 29th. Check out benevet.az.line. Be right back. Don't go away. Hi, I'm Jen Cohen. Join me now through Valentine's Day for our Shop Local First Showcase, presented by Local First Arizona and Verde Valley TV. On this program, we'll showcase various local businesses that can help you with your Valentine's Day planning and gift buying. And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now here at Zoomer's Bike and Gear in Cottonwood. We're standing here with mechanic Jeff Johnson. Thank you for meeting with us today.
I enjoyed it. Thanks.
Yeah. You know, biking is such a great activity, and it's so generally can be low impact, and it's something that pretty much everybody can do. But if you haven't been on a bike in a while, it is a bit intimidating to pull it out of the garage and go, all right, you know, there's a few things we need to think about when it comes to bike fit and safety. You know, first of all, not every bike fits everybody. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
How do you know when your bike is not the right size for you?
Well, the first thing that people want to pay attention to is the standover height. And standover height, this frame would be too big for me. I'm already touching the top tube, and when you come off a bike, a lot of times it's unexpectedly, and you don't want contact. So at least 2 to 3 inches. You know, if you stick your hand between yourself and the top tube and you've got plenty of space, chances are it's a good fit.
Okay.
The other way, if it's a mountain bike, even more importantly with mountain biking, because you're going to be going either up or down a slope, either one will magnify that distance of inseam. So a lot of people would recommend being able to pick the bike up and not have uncomfortable contact, and have at least 2 inches between the bottom of the tire and the floor.
Wow,
So
that's
a real particular way to fit a frame of a mountain bike.
Sure. Now, is there any difference between the distance of the handlebars and the seat on bikes? Does that fluctuate as well, or is that pretty standard?
It does, but that is adjustable, either with the length of a stem. Some stems are actually adjustable that you can change the angle. And the seat rails usually have about 3.5 inches worth of space that you can slide the seat backwards and forward. Something else you need to pay attention to, though, is your knee angle. And there's many different ways to determine this. A lot of people will use a plumb bob from the nose through the kneecap down to the ball of the foot, and you want that all to line up. If the angle changes with your foreleg either direction, it can result in knee injury if you're using any kind of a foot retaining device like toe straps or a clipless pedal. So you don't want to start developing roughage under the patella, and you don't want to hyperextend the patellar ligament. Either one of those things is a deal breaker. Those are about two of the only things that can make you no longer be a cyclist. So that's something to really be careful with. And physical discomfort is the way to tell if that's happening. If you have any tickle or any sensation in the knee like something's wrong, stop immediately, go to somebody who's a professional, and they can help you adjust that out of there.
Wow, thanks for that information. Nice, that was amazing. Now, if I'm just pulling my bike out, and I know that it fits me well, but I haven't ridden it in a while, what are a few things I should check really quick before I hit the road?
Air pressure. Rubber is a porous compound, and it will lose air. So even if you just got new tires and you just got new inner tubes and they're super thick and all those things, if you let it sit for 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to lose enough air pressure that it will be dangerous. Even with sealant, the sealant can help retain air pressure, but it's going to pond into one area of that tire if it sits for a while. So the other areas will still be expanding and contracting with temperature changes and will lose air pressure. If the tire's really low or really old, if it's been sitting around for 4 or 5 years, I would be careful that it didn't have dry rot. Especially if there was extreme temperatures in your garage or your carport. We're in Arizona, and if the sun gets on something for very long, especially an organic blend compound like a bicycle tire, which has both a latex component and a butyl rubber component to it, it can break down rather quickly and delaminate off the casing.
Oh dear.
So I've experienced this myself, where a tire just comes unraveled, and guess what? You're at the top of Mingus on a curve, and you see inner tube bubble through the tire. Not a good situation. It's better to check it for cracking. While the tire is completely deflated, you can pinch on it and see if any cracks start to develop, and if it does, I would replace that tire.
Hey, that's really good to know. Check your tires.
The tires are probably the most important thing. It's just like, what's the most valuable part of a bicycle, the air in the tires.
Sure, that
It's
makes
the
perfect
cheapest and the
sense.
most valuable both at
That
the same
makes sense.
time.
Sure. And to me, the most valuable piece of equipment you can own is a helmet.
Helmets.
Helmet.
Helmets are so much better than they were 30 years ago. They're 1 to 2 pounds lighter. They're ventilated well. They have adjustment retention systems that are very comfortable. If nothing else, it's going to be protecting you from the Arizona sun and UV. So I'd always recommend using a helmet. It's sort of like not having a chain tool. That's when your chain breaks.
Right.
Not having a helmet, that's when you hit your head. So
Yeah, don't hit your head. You're going to fall off your bike. You don't want to hit your head. Don't fall off your bike. Check the air in your tires first. Make sure that it fits you well. We had all that description of the rising and all that. Make sure that that's right. Make sure that the distance, if you're in pain, obviously there's a problem. Go to a bike mechanic, have them check it out. Technology it's a bit like cell phones. Every year the technology gets so much better. I mean, you know, the bikes we had when we were kids, the chain fell off constantly, and just kind of sort of one size fits all back then. Not so now.
a lot of bikes even have something called a chain watcher, and it's a little device that keeps the chain from derailing nowadays.
Fabulous.
So as far as chain derailment goes, a lot less likely to occur than in the past.
Well, there you go.
The other thing that bikes are being equipped with nowadays are disc brakes. Now, if you're used to using single pivot brakes back in, you know, the 70s and 80s, the dual pivot caliper like we have on that red road bike up there has a lot more leverage. But the disc brake goes even beyond that. The surface, the braking surface doesn't get readily contaminated with road debris and dirt if it's a mountain bike, and so it stays a very consistent braking surface. You really want to give the front lever respect, because you can do a stoppie like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible pretty easy if you're not familiar with new disc brakes. So
take your time.
You still want to use your front brake, but you want to modulate more and give it a lot of respect.
Right.
I
Oh
like
my
to
gosh.
say, initiate and finish your braking with your rear brake, and use your front brake to actually stop in the
There
middle
you
of that
go.
braking
The excellent
process.
advice, Jeff. Thank you for that. I know I've done 1 or 2 of those, so I totally get it. There's so much more you could probably know, I'm sure, about biking. If you need a good mechanic, you can check out Summers Bike and Gear in Cottonwood. I'm sure they'll answer tons of questions for you. Come on in and say hi to Jeff. Thanks for telling us all that. That was amazing. Get out, get biking. Just do it safely. Make sure you check your bike. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Hey there, I'm Kyle Benedict, news editor with Yavapai Broadcasting. Join news director Paul David and I twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV for County-wide. We sit down and talk with everyone from local police and fire agencies to nonprofit organizations, the National Forest, and so much more. For times and listings, go to verdevalleytv.com. Again, it's county-wide, twice a week, every week, right here on Verde Valley TV. See you then.
Carry me across the shallows, drift here by my side. In the depths you're right beside me, drifting with the tide. I don't know where you came from, don't know where to go. I'm letting something lead me, melting in the flow. You could have left me stranded. You could have passed me by. Stranded. Just one more weary traveler, one more empty sigh. You could have looked away, never even known, never would have noticed all the beauty that's been sown between us. Driftwood Beach, Sandy Reach, leave me now and go. I reached out and you caught me in the twinkling of an eye. There you were, there we were, here we are, why not now? You could have left me stranded, you could have passed me by. Stranded, just one more weary traveler, one more empty sigh. Driftwood Beach, Sandy Reach, leave me now and go. I reached out and you caught me in the twinkling of an eye. There you were, there we were, here we are, why not now? You could have left me stranded, you could have passed me by. Stranded, just one more weary traveler, one more empty sigh, one more empty sigh,
one more empty sigh,
one more empty sigh.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. We have Larry and Leslie Latour, everyone. Just gorgeous. I love how you harmonize together, how you are with each other. There's a sweetness that descends over you when you both start to perform, that it's visual and it's audible and it's this wonderful thing. How long have you guys been playing now together?
15 years. Something like 15 years, I think.
Wow.
15 years.
We've been married for 11, so we've been
And
playing.
you still have that
15.
fresh, newlywed
Yes, we do.
spark when you sing.
We do.
Thank you.
It's really, I'm all choked up, I'm verklempt. You have a new CD coming out. That is so exciting.
All love, mostly, I think it's pretty much all love
A lot
songs.
of love songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, the
All original
The
stuff.
guy who did the mastering said, you know, real music. I like this. It's
Yeah.
real music. So that's what we called it, real music. And I thought about it because we have we have us hugging on the cover, and it says real music, and I went, yes,
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's real music. If I do say so
Beautiful.
myself.
yes.
And this song was one of the brand new original songs that is on the CD.
Yep. Yeah,
Great
first
lyrics.
on the CD.
The first one on the CD.
Yes.
That's great.
She wrote the lyrics and sent them to me,
Nice.
and I started to put a song around them, and then she came back and tweaked and poked, and that's how we write.
Beautiful.
It's nice. I don't have to worry about the music part as much because the lyrics just, and then I mail them off, and
She
there we
only
go.
worries.
Teamwork.
She only worries about music when no, that's not right. No, that's not it.
But
No.
it's almost always right with you guys for sure. Now you have a pre-release party coming up, Valentine's Day. Speaking of love and music, Valentine's Day, February 14th at 7 p.m. at the Sedona Hub. You guys are having a wonderful concert.
Doors open at 6:30.
Yep.
and this is the second one we've done. We did one last year, and I think we were on the
did a
show
yearly-
last year.
a yearly-
And it was well received last year, and I think we'll get those people back again.
Anybody who wants to
So-
hear lots
so-
of love songs, come on
Yeah,
out.
well, it's
come
the
on out.
perfect day.
Yeah,
You
it
want
is
to
perfect
evoke
day.
some love, do it
And
on
we
Valentine's
may have
Day.
chocolate there too. So,
Oh.
Well, we'll see.
sure we'll have some
Wonderful.
kind of chocolate.
Chocolate and music.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hand in
that's right.
hand. Chocolate music equal love.
There. Yeah, there you go.
In my opinion.
Absolutely right.
So, and you're going to play another song for us. Is that also from the new CD?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, this song is actually from the new CD, but it's about 10 years old.
Oh, excellent. You've been hanging on to it.
Oh, we've been hanging. Yeah. Some songs you hang on to, some songs you play once or twice and then say,
There you go.
no, that's not right.
Well, you can check out the website, LarryandLeslieLatour.com. You're also on Facebook. Great Facebook page. Lovely pictures. You're now on our Facebook page, too. Wink,
good.
wink, hint, hint. And if they want to get tickets for your event, how do they get tickets for the Valentine's Day event at the Sedona Hub?
Well, I think right now it's tickets at the door.
Tickets at the door.
There are about 80 to 100 seats in there, and we
Yes.
brought in 50 last year. So
Nice.
there should be seats.
Yeah, okay.
If
Very
not,
good.
you can bring a pillow and sit on the floor.
Oh, there you
you
go.
go.
Stretch out. And how
Yeah,
much are
plenty
the
of room.
tickets?
$10.
$10. There you go. That's like the perfect reasonable
night out.
thing to do on Valentine's when
Day.
you never want to go anywhere else because it's a mob scene. You want to enjoy some nice, lovely, real music, real love music.
songs.
Gotta see Larry and Leslie Latour for sure. So wonderful having you guys back on
Nice
the
to be
show.
back.
Nice
Thank you,
to be
Jen.
back.
Really appreciate it. You
Thank you,
both
having
look
us. Great show.
fabulous.
Thank you.
And you sound as wonderful
Arizona
as ever.
works. We love it.
It is working for
Yeah,
you.
it
you
is.
look, you're tanner.
Yeah.
First of all, coming from Maine.
For sure. Yeah.
How'd the animals take the move? Everybody's good
Everybody's
now.
Yeah,
pretty good.
everybody's
Yeah,
good.
everybody's happy.
Everybody's good. Yeah.
Everybody's tanner and calmer and more laid back. Not
Yep.
that Maine's not laid back, but hey,
They're warmer.
yeah,
They're much
warm
warmer.
helps a lot.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's great. So you've got your Valentine's Day, which is February 14th, coming up, 7 p.m. Sedona Hub. After that, you have a CD release,
CD
party
release
in
party.
March.
Yes, March.
Thanks a Latte, a little plug for Thanks a Latte. It's under new ownership.
All right.
The old
Yes.
ownership was great. The
Yep.
new ownership is plugging away, really great.
Good food.
And, they're starting a showcase series on Thursday night.
Ooh.
There's a music open mic type of setup on Monday night, but then Thursday night they're having a
Great.
music show, and we're going to play March 16th. I
Yes.
think.
16th.
Correct.
Thursday, March
You know better than
16th.
we do.
Yep.
CD
Yep. Again,
release,
at 7.
yes.
And
You'll
it's-
have your CD there.
That one's a CD release for a lot of people we know. So please come and buy one.
Definitely. All right. Larry and LeslieLatour.com. Thank you all very much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. As always, we very much appreciate you. Check us out at VerdeValleyTV.com. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube. And of course, we'll see you right here next time.
There's another love song.
Surprise.
Early this morning, front was passing through. Sound of rain and thunder pressed me close to you. Outside on front porch, snow hiding in the shadows. Curled up in the blankets in the first snow of October. I lived a long, long time, but I still got a long time left to go. Spring and summer passed me by with just a hint of snow. As long as I'm with you, I think I'll live forever. But even if I don't, you're still right here with me in the first snow of October. The first snow of October, mountains sprinkled white. We're all wearing winter, bundled up real tight.
Snow is melting quickly, but it'll come again real soon. I'm just glad you're here with me. In the first snow of October, in the cool of the afternoon, clouds sprinkle white and gray, people smiling hand in hand, breathing in the day. I look into your eyes. It's cold out here, they say. Everything's more beautiful after the first snow of October. The first snow of October, mountains sprinkle white. We're all wearing winter, bundled up real tight. Snow is melting quickly, but it'll come again real soon. I'm just glad you're here with me. In the first snow of October, in the first snow of October.